Boker Tov, good morning. It's wonderful to be here with you on this on this lovely Friday morning, the first day of Tammuz. I hope everyone is doing well and feeling well on this significant day as we have the first day of the summer month. And good morning, Sandra. Good morning to one and all. Please do share a greeting as we come here together this morning to welcome the new month. And while doing so, to make this day a good one and a significant one and look at the world around us. Good morning, Joni. Good morning to one and all. Please do continue to share greetings. I'm Rabbi Michael Dolgin, and it's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. Good morning, Annette. This being the first day of a Jewish month, we'll have a little bit of Hallel and a little more singing and chanting than usual in celebration of this beautiful day while also looking out at the world around us. So please do join me in this prayer for waking up today. ברוך אתה, אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר יצר את האדם בחוכמה, וברא בו נקבים נקבים, חלולים חלולים, גלוי וידוע לפני כיסא כבודך, שאם יפתח אחד מהם, או יסתם אחד מהם, אי אפשר להתקיים ולעמוד לפניך. ברוך אתה, אדוני, רופא כל בשר, ומפליא לעשות. Blessed eternal God, creator of the universe, you have fashioned our bodies with wisdom, creating within us a finely balanced network. To stand before you in prayer is itself a fragile miracle. Eternal God, we praise you as the healer of body and spirit. And let's celebrate the beautiful soul that's a gift to each of us. The soul that you have given me, O God, is a pure one. You have created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as my soul is within me, I will give thanks to you, eternal my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. We praise you, eternal God, in whose hand is the power of all life and the spirit of all flesh. And please join me, La Sok B'divrei Torah, in celebrating the link with Torah study and our opportunity, our obligation to learn with it and from it. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. וערב נא אדוני אלוהינו את דברי תורתך בפינו ובפי עמך בית ישראל, ונהיה אנחנו וצאצאינו וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך ולומדי תורתך לשמה. ברוך אתה אדוני, המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. אלו דברים שאין להם שיעור. These are the obligations whose value cannot be measured. They nourish us in this world and help us to create the world to come. Kibud av va'em, to honor fathers and mothers. Ugmilut chasadim, to perform acts of love and kindness. Vashkamat bet midrash shacharit ve'arvit, to attend the house of study morning and evening. Vachnasat orchim, to welcome the stranger. Uvikul cholim, to visit the sick. Vahachnasat kala, to provide for brides and grooms. Ulavayat hamet, to keep faith with the dead. Viyun tefillah, to pray with sincerity. V'hava'at shalom ben adam l'chavero, to make peace when there is strife. V'tamud Torah keneged kulam, and the study of Torah is equal to them all. Well, let's continue on this beautiful day as we move forward, entering the summer month, by joining in our prayer for the power of words, Baruch She'amar, and then continuing with our prayer for journeys, Psalm 121, as we make our way forward in the world, in positive ways and in important and challenging ways, as we will see. Please join me in Hebrew and English. Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who speaks, that we might listen. Blessed is the one who acts, that we might be witnesses. Baruch hu u'baruch shemo. Blessed is the one who decides, that we might accept. Blessed is the one who has mercy, that we might live. Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who removes the darkness, that we might see. Blessed is the one who lives forever, that we might believe. Blessed is the one who saves and delivers, that we might be redeemed. Shir lema'alot esainai el hehalim. I will look only upward past the mountains, for my help comes from the one beyond. My help comes from the eternal maker of heaven and earth. Ever alert, your guardian will never allow your foot to stumble. The guardian of Israel never rests, never sleeps. The eternal will watch over you as a shadow cast by your right hand. You will not be overcome by the sun nor abandoned by the moon. The Eternal will guard you from all evil, watching over you. The Eternal will guard you as you set out and as you return from this very moment until the end of time. And we continue with the words of Shema Yisrael. Please join me in singing Shema, reading the full first paragraph and then chanting the last paragraph. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם. Let's start over and chant as I said we would. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף בתיר תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטו אחרי לבבכם, ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם. למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני, אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני, אדוני אלוהיכם. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Well, it's wonderful to all be together here today on this first day of Tammuz, the first day of the new month, and it being the first day of the summer month. Let's join together in the blessing for Hallel, for the reciting of psalms of celebration for this day, and we'll join in singing Psalm 114, at least the first paragraph. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו, וציוונו לקרוא את ההלל. בצאת ישראל ממצרים, בית יעקב מעם לועז. בצאת ישראל ממצרים, בית יעקב מימלואז, הייתה יהודה לקודשו. ישראל ממשלותיו, הים רע וינוס, הירדן ייסוב לאחור, ההרים רקדו כלים, גבעות כבני צאן, בצאת ישראל ממצרים, בית יעקב מהמלועז, בצאת ישראל ממצרים, בית יעקב מהמלועז. Well, it's wonderful to be here together with you this morning. And as we enter into a new part of the year, enter into the summer month, a time of bright sunshine, it's a time for us to look very clearly at the world around us, to see around us um, the truth of what is part of our life and our experience. And I want to talk about um, really about seeing the world in bright sunlight with clear eyes. At a time like this, I think it's very important. And while I want to say a few words about references to international things, it's most important here in Canada, which is where I want to focus my um, remarks, brief though they have to be, today. Um, Nothing is more important in the world than looking at facts and evidence and the real world around us and understanding moments when we see them, especially separate from, I don't know, wishful thinking, a mixture of wishful thinking and politics that seems to me to often guide what happens, the actions of leaders around us. For example, um, south of us, this being Pride Month, it's especially true. And with our Pride Shabbat service tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., we hope you'll join us for that. Uh, I find it angering, inappropriate, embarrassing that the United States has taken the steps it has taken against gender affirming care for individuals with gender dysphoria who are trans. Um, I don't want to get into, as I said, politics about such discussion this morning, but I'm rather upset that genuine studies have shown, just as studies have shown the effectiveness and the essential nature of childhood immunizations, research has shown that care for individuals who are experiencing this aspect to their identity, that this care saves lives and is used to help individuals find their way forward in normal situations with the support of medical practitioners and their loving families. um, Turning this into a political football um, and harming individuals and eventually taking lives in this way is horrific. Similarly, the ongoing debates about Iran's nuclear program, which I don't claim any special expertise in, miss something equally clear. That we can see. That is, that Iran has proven itself to be an enemy of the West, an enemy of the Jews, the world's greatest state sponsor of terrorism, and who have been acting irresponsibly, have been taking steps toward developing nuclear weapons, and who during this particular moment that has come largely due to the actions of the Israel Defense Forces, um, had their proxy forces degraded enough and their air defenses degraded enough that actions could be taken against the military individuals and assets of the regime. And grateful that this was done, that it happened, that difficult decisions were taken, including by Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Trump. Um, but I want to focus primarily, with what little time I have left, on what's happening here in Canada. Because what's happening in Canada is that enormous amounts of funding are have been and continue to be poured into our country by the Muslim Brotherhood, an international and anti-Semitic organization that needs to be labeled a terrorist organization in Canada. And the primary information that's been gathered, a report's just been released that documents in over 100 pages the constant use of money and influence in anti-Semitic and anti-Western ways here in Canada. ISGAP, the Institute for the Study of Global Anti-Semitism and Policy. I've just put their website in the chat, run by Dr. Charles Small. The institute itself is incorporated in Florida, but Dr. Small, who operates it, is Canadian, and has a very clear view on the reality in our country. Um, if others are willing to open their eyes in difficult times and see what must be done, it's time for us in Canada to see that this wave of anti-Semitism and anti-Western protests did not just happen, that they have been organized, arranged, and well funded, and that the organs of that funding must be severed, must be cut off. And ISGAP has a series of academic quality and academic studies that are called Follow the Money. That's what they do, and identify how money has been used to destabilize and undermine the assumptions of our society in ways that directly lead to anti-Semitism and that have much wider goals as well. I really encourage you to look at the report that they have received. We're going to be sharing about it and teaching about it together with our partners at the Alliance of Canadians Combating Anti-Semitism, ALCA. And I really hope that we at this time have the courage to see what the light shows us, to see that our way of life is being challenged not only in international military ways, but in financial ways and in activism and influencing ways, ways that we must stand up against based on the founding understandings and values of the country we live in and our way of life. I hope we can have the courage together to make such stands, and we will hear more about it, about ways that we ourselves can move to have the Muslim Brotherhood branded a, a terrorist organization in Canada, one important step. But in addition, we stand proudly with those who must fight their agents, the agents of the Muslim Brotherhood, Hamas, and others who continue to hold hostages and to threaten Israel. This war can and must come to an end, it must come to an end in the right way that honors the sacrifice of so many young soldiers. Please join me in praying for them. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל ושאר מגיני עמנו העומדים על משמרתם. ישמרם הקדוש ברוך הוא ויצילם מכל צרה וצוקה ומכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה בכל מעשה ידיהם, ויקוים בהם הכתוב. וכיתתו חרבותיהם לאיתים וחניתותיהם למזמרות, לא יישאו גוי אל גוי חרב, ולא ילמדון עוד מלחמה, וישבו איש תחת גפנו ותחת תאנתו, ואין מחריד ונאמר אמן. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless the soldiers of the IDF and all who stand on guard for us. May the Holy One guard them against all difficulty and distress, injury and illness. May all of their actions bring blessing, fulfilling the prophet's words. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, and may they learn war no more. May all sit under a vine or fig tree, with none to make them afraid, and together we say, Amen. It is time in our service for us to recite our prayer for those in need of strength and healing, those literally fighting and striving to recover, to fight for their lives, those with ongoing and chronic conditions, those who are injured or ill or isolated. Including those forcibly, cruelly isolated by Hamas and their terrorist allies in a daily ongoing crime against humanity. And they must be released. For them, for each of us, for all the names given to me and given to Temple, for the names placed in the chat, in this and other services, for all in need, we turn to these words of refuah. מי שברח אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא ירפא את כל מכותינו. יהי רצון מלפניך אדוני אלוהינו, לחלימם ולרפאותם, וישלח לנו מהרה רפואה שלמה ועטרת שלום, ונאמר Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless and heal all who suffer. May it be the divine will to provide healing and strength. Reveal to us the holiness of life, the wholeness of shalom, and let us say together, Amen. Well, it's an honor to be here together today and so important on this Rosh Chodesh. And so at this time, we have this opportunity to connect and reflect, and now we take time to remember, recalling those who died in recent days and weeks, those who died in this season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. During the period of the past 30 days of Shloshim, we extend our condolences to the families of Conrad Cohen, Bernie Little, and Nathan Morrow. And we also remember all victims of war and terror, including terror victims Anastasia Bowick, Aviv Atzili, Bella Ashkenazi, Daisy Yitzhaki, Desi Bello, Efrat Sarenga, Etan Zaks, Eti Cohen Engel, Gadi Chagai, Hala Khatib, Ilya Peshkorov, Judith Weinstein Hagai, Konstantin Totvich, Manar al-Kesem Abu al-Hija Khatib, Manar Diab Khatib, Maria Peshkorova, Meir Vaknin, Michael Nahum, Michal Zaks, Naomi Sha'anan, Noah Boguslavsky, Ofer Kedar, Yelena Peshkorova, Shada Khatib, Yair Yaakov Bello, Yvette Shmilevich, Yisrael Aloni, Yonatan Semerano, and the following IDF soldiers whose lives have been lost in the last 30 days: Niam Shemesh, Ofek Balchana, Leoch Steinberg, Nave Leshem, Omer Van Gelder, Shai Levinson, Stav Halfon, Yoav Raver, Chen Gross, Alon Falkas, Tal Movshovitz, Shai Yashinovsky, Ronel Ben Moshe, Niv Radia, Ronen Shapiro, Shachar Manoav, Mayan Baruch Perlstein, Alon Davidov. And on Yahrzeit, on this first day of the month of Tammuz, we honor the life and legacy and lessons on Yahrzeit of Raymond Ackerman, Herbert Chayat, Siegfried Hess, Deanna Camille, Charles Kaufman, Louis Kotler, Ben Lemberg, Pearl Siegel, Ben Wilder. Zichronam Levracha. May their memories be a blessing to us. Our griefs and our sympathies are mingled as we turn together to words sanctified by memory, words glorified by hope, turning to the words of Kaddish Yatom. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון ויומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קרי ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל על שמי דקודשה ברכו. לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and bring comfort and strength to all who remember. And together we say, Amen. Well, Boker Tov, Boker O, welcome to all of you, and Chodesh Tov. Good to have all of you with us today. Please do join us for services online tonight at 6:30. And join us as well tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. in person for our Shabbat morning service and our Pride Shabbat service. We look forward to having you with us in person and online. Boker Tov.